You already know what it is. Your boy D-Rugg, a.k.a. the Bald Head Don, a.k.a. the Sock King, a.k.a. Mr. Paint My Eyes Red, a.k.a. Mr. Throw Up in Your Bitch. And welcome to another episode of the Arrogant Asshole Podcast.
Hello there, it's the Kid Just Black, your baby mama's favorite fat boy. Everything she wished you would be, so you mad at yourself, you're not mad at me. A.k.a. the young sex symbol. A.k.a. ooh girl, I just want to rub his stomach. A.k.a. the dark-skinned genuine. A.k.a. dark as vanilla, twice as sweet. A.k.a. the Martin Luther King of twerkers. A.k.a. even if you saw me, it still wasn't me. A.k.a. the blues in your left thigh, trying to become the funk in your right.
I'm gonna share it now. Well, y'all, man, welcome back, man. We over here chilling, man. Got one of my guys in the motherfucking building. You already know every time this brother come on the show, it's always some good shit talking, some love, just everything, man. One of my brothers, man. Twan D's in the building. What's going on, Twan D?
What's happening, brothers, man? I'm glad to be back in the building. I appreciate y'all.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all. And just to let y'all know, I hit them up. They ain't a couple times or whatever, and I have been meaning to, come check y'all out because I'm just trying to get back in the content creator rhythm, and what better way to do that than with the number one podcast in the city.
Okay. There you go.
There you
I mean,
guys, my brothers.
That's why you welcome forever.
Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta come check my dudes out. So I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's always a dope time up here, man. O-Rap, Arrogant Assholes, we here.
What's going on, Black? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm cold chilling, man. I'm just, I'm here. Got a newborn still.
Yeah, mine's is any day now.
Any day now.
Any day now.
He got until Saturday to get up out of there.
Yeah, Twan, man, we've been fucking since you ain't been here, man. Yeah, so we got babies, man.
I could tell. Well, the last time I was in your presence, Rug, was the Versus.
Yeah.
It was a horrible night.
I think we did
it was a great night for like the homies. It was a horrible night.
For the Bone fans.
For me, man. It was a horrible night.
I ain't seen you since then?
Yeah, the missus was pregnant then.
Yeah. No, she wasn't pregnant then. She
had a bun enough.
No, that was probably your night. That's when it happened.
Yeah, that was probably damn this nigga.
Yeah.
So you went and celebrated on my sorrow.
That's probably when it happened.
Yeah, Rug was in there shooting like it was practice, but
so you know what that means?
What?
The kid, I gotta have some kind of like influence on the name.
What you want me to name? Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, Twan Bone?
Nah, that'd be hard if you name them like Lazy Bone. See if your girl let you do that.
Nah, hell no.
Shout out to the missus, man. She's super dope.
But yeah, we back, man. We got a little technical difficulty taken care of. We got a full setup right now. But the reason why we got Twan D on tonight, man, because this ain't going away. Mm-mm. This shit's been a hot topic for like 3 days. For like three days now. 4 days.
They trying to wash Kanye away.
I think this is probably, and it's crazy because we just came out of a pandemic, but this is probably the most important time in regards to what we're seeing and what was said in real time in our generation. Like, that's how serious I look at this.
Yeah, this shit is.
Break it down later.
It's getting crazier by the day. I'm gonna turn up number 3.
1, 2, and 4.
Oh, 4.
All right, I'm a. All right, so Twan D, I've been under a rock, man. So what's going on?
He said he been under a rock. I like the alley-oop though. I mean, everybody know. I think it all started right with Kanye with the White Lives Matter shirt. That's where it all started. Just in these last couple of weeks. And then that parlayed into Ye saying what he said on Twitter, which is, I'm sleepy, but when I wake up, I'm going to go, I think he said DEFCON, right? He said DEFCON. I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
All right, so what? Where did he say that at? Because I don't
think
on
Twitter.
So he went on Twitter because I was
the J unit. We won't use that kind of terminology over here,
the
man.
J unit.
Because
and that's exactly why we okay.
Yeah, we can't afford we can't afford to get canceled. That's
Which is such an important part of this conversation.
Yeah.
It's so just in what you just said, right? But go ahead.
But okay, so here's the thing, man. So if you don't know, Kanye went on. The short version is he went on Drink Champs, and we covered this Tuesday. We covered this Tuesday. Went on Drink Champs.
Yeah,
you can go back and watch that
that
live stream.
We talked about how we felt about the Drink Champs and how Nori, but you know.
Okay.
And we played a lot of that. We played a lot of the actual interview, even though it's taken down. We played a lot of the interview. It's blocked out in a lot of countries, which is funny.
Yeah, it's still up though. I was just watching it last night.
Yeah, but
but they're taking them down one by one.
Yeah, so this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing about this whole shit. Kanye said a lot of shit, and whether you agree with it or you disagree with it, it was just like, oh, that's fucked up. He said that, and life goes on. So Kanye said a lot of shit that people don't agree with. Mm-hmm. But when you start talking about the J Unit, things change. Yeah, things change, man. So it's like it's real interesting, and it's just been like it's been trending. It's been trending more today because a lot of shit just popping up.
Everything is dropping him.
Yeah, every he separates.
Like he just basically proved what he was saying.
Everything he's saying. So all these brands is owned by the J Unit. They all these companies that are run by J Unit. So like he Def Jam parted ways, which is a subsidiary of Universal, or is it Universal?
Word to Rick Rubin. Yeah. Just that history.
And if you dig a little deep about Universal, I think it's Universal, right? Who's that parent company?
Universal. Yeah, it'd be Universal. You're right.
Anyway, the major record companies are owned by the J Unit. They ran by sometimes some of them ran by people that look like us, or some of them ran by these like these names that you hear people throw around, and Julie Greenwald
with the top.
Yeah.
I mean, but he said it. He was like, let's sit down. Everybody that's in the top of the game, whether it's Michael B. Jordan, whether it's whoever the fuck you want to say
let's
it
look
is,
at their contract.
and look at their contract. All right, when you look at that contract, the big dog who's getting the most of that money, who is that?
It's a Jewish person.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a person.
No.
Part of the unit.
So what we're not going to do is this, right? And this is my problem. I have and this has been something that has been on my heart since, my awakening or whatever you want to call it years ago. My issue has always been, right, is what makes, and let me preface it by saying this. I don't have any problem with Jewish people. Mm-hmm. I don't have any problem with Asian people. Mm-hmm. I don't have any problem with my own people. What I have a problem with is Zionists. So when we talk about this situation, I don't understand how a people that went through something horrific and there were some atrocities, but I don't understand how that has so much sensitivity over what people on this land went through on this land, to the point that when a corner of their people is doing some bullshit, and I'm not going to cuss for the algorithm on YouTube, but when a corner of a people is doing something very Zionist, we can't call them out. That's like black people having the power.
But, okay, so
right,
so
and we got a corner of our people is doing some bullshit, and somebody calls them out, and because we have that power, we affect their livelihood. I don't want us to ever get to the point where we have power to where we can't be called out when we doing something devilish, and that's the problem that I have with this whole situation.
Look, this the ill thing about. So you reference. I ain't gonna say what you reference an atrocity that happened, but this is what people don't realize because we looking at it from a vacuum. So really, that's the biggest gaslight of all time. I'm gonna tell you why.
Say it again.
Because
What you say?
That's the biggest gaslight of all time.
It is.
Because it's the people who run the world have ran the world before that time.
Yeah. For real.
So that's like a badge to say, hey, you can't talk about this because remember that thing happened? But that's the gaslight because it's like, no, y'all been doing no shit.
Yeah. And I think that's what the problem, you know, in regards to what I have about this whole thing is, one, I'm going to tell people this. Black people in this country, I know we not used to seeing liberation. I know we not used to seeing a nigga break the chain. And we don't know what that looks like. So when we see something that we not used to knowing what it looks like, we call it crazy. This is the result, and this is what it looks like when you unplug from the matrix. So when people want to say, well, what about when he said this? What about? I look at my brother right now, and what he is doing is unplugging from the matrix. The result of unplugging from the matrix and truly liberating is everything that you see now in the last 3 mornings when we woke up and this people are gone and this people are gone. But I'm going to quote what my brother said in a recent interview, which is, people are with you part-time, but they disappear when it's wartime. And I truly feel that this is what this is. Like, I don't think people really know how bold, because people have been throwing the G word around. I don't think there's no genius in this. I think this is very bold and very brave. And we just not used to seeing that.
So I got a quick question about that, Dan. So as a woke black,
I don't want to say woke.
I mean, he said
that's been such a term of endearment.
I mean, I'm just saying,
yeah,
as a black man.
I kind of said that like, you know.
Yeah. All right. I'm not trying to classify you in
Yeah.
that category, but as a black man that stands up and believe in everything you believe.
Okay.
How do you feel about Kanye and his you know, his crude comments he was saying with black people? Because I think the
only
reason
thing
why
I never agreed with Kanye about was the George Floyd
The
statement.
reason why I think a lot of niggas ain't standing behind Kanye is because of some of the things he did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel?
I don't agree with the George Floyd statement.
Me neither.
Right.
I said that.
But I've heard those theories from black people before.
And hold on, let me say this, and let me get it out because it's gonna be a long thing. This is the part that they use to divide us, is the George Floyd thing. Because if you go back and you listen to this is what he was trying to say, and this is why I'm not throwing the black thing in it, because that's a part of the divide too.
That's a part of the divide.
Because people don't realize that this shit go deep. When what's the dude who did Passion of the Christ?
Mel Gibson.
When Mel Gibson started talking about
got
this,
his
he had to sit down for 15 years.
Yeah.
Sit down.
So let me.
But he back though.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
Right, because you can beat the Matrix, especially if you got the capital. Now, so let me break down the George Floyd thing, right? By this, let me first say this and be very clear, and let me get it out. This police officer had his knee on this guy's upper back or neck, and we'll say neck. That led to this man's death. Now that we got that out of the way, so people won't be like, "Oh, you saying?" If you and we all from a certain place, and people who don't know about fentanyl, this is how they're criminalizing fentanyl to the point where, which it should be criminalized, but they're saying that as little as a grain of salt sized fentanyl can kill a man. Am I right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So if they say that a trace of fentanyl was found in his system, and the only way you can test and get a trace of something is if you have at least a salt size amount of fentanyl in your system. So if you telling me that that'll kill a man, and then you telling me that you found in the system, then that leads to that being a contributing factor to his death. Now, that does not absolve the police officer for keep having his foot on this guy's neck for 9 minutes. So two things could be true at the very same time.
And you not. And I like how you broke that down.
Right. So what he was trying to say when he was saying that is that they're pushing a certain agenda to keep us divided.
Yeah.
To keep white people and black people of a certain class at each other's necks. Mm-hmm. So it was not even about a black or white thing. Mm-mm. That's what he was trying to say. He wasn't saying George Floyd deserved to die. He wasn't saying that. And he was trying to articulate the findings of alternate sources that were not mainstream media. So he was trying to explain a point.
As he stated on, I think it was, because I watched the Piers Morgan. I'm currently watching the Lex Friedman, I think his name is.
I think that was my favorite one.
But I think, what he said, and like I said, I'm going to make this clear, right? Because I think we can have, what's missing in our culture is having intelligent conversations, and black saying something and I disagree, but it's all good.
Right.
Right.
Look, that's the, and I'm not going to cut everybody off, but I want to be very clear. Yo, it's okay to disagree.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yes. That don't mean, let me tell y'all something real quick, and I'm going to go back to this. Black people, we do not have the luxury to just be doing away with our great people and our great minds. We don't have that luxury.
And shout out to DJ DK just checked in and he commented. So why didn't he say that then?
Because Kanye this is what I will say. Kanye is not articulate enough to be talking about certain things. What I'm proud of him of doing is talking about certain things. And you understand?
And let me also say this, because when
shout out to DK.
Whenever you say yo, Kanye's not good at articulating, people don't understand, like,
he's all over the place. You just gotta.
But look, people don't understand that we're artists.
Yes.
So our median is our art.
Yes.
And the reason why our median is our art is because I can't explain it to you in words.
Yeah.
I can't.
No. Can't. And here's the thing, family. I want. This is such a dangerous moment right here, and when I see what we're doing, it saddens me because we don't understand what liberation looked like. We never liberated ourselves. We never freed ourselves. So we don't know what that looks like. And I feel for our people. Right. And I want to speak on when what about the White Lives Matter shirt? That, if you don't catch the troll in that, I don't know what to do for you. But I'm not going to sit and have an hour conversation with you about why he put on a White Lives Matter shirt when the man got biracial kids. Like, I'm not going to do that, family, because it's bigger. And here's the thing. This thing showed me two things. One, they don't give a damn about our plight because he losing everything, not because of what he said about George Floyd. He losing everything because of what he said about
J-Unit.
Some Zionists.
Right. So shout out to Phil.
Zionists.
Shout out to Phil for real. He just commented, talk about Candace Owens. And so I'm glad you said
I'm going to talk about Candace Owens.
Hold on. Let me say this. I'm going to let you go off. Listen, man.
Like, would y'all fuck Candace Owens?
Yep.
Yeah, I would. I fuck the
Take her down.
No.
Yeah, because I would.
Take her down.
She look like she got some good pussy.
Yeah, but I ain't into white women. But see, this is the thing. This the thing about Candace Owens, right? Candace Owens, or however you pronounce her name, right? I go back. I broke down the George Floyd thing. I think that I was clear in that. Sometimes I ramble. But the reason why he was around Candace Owens, I'm a journalist. I'm a media personality. I go and study. I do the research. The reason why he was around Candace Owens and he used her as a vessel to make a point or to say something is because she has a documentary about George Floyd, which breaks down a lot of the things that people are talking about.
I mean, she talked to people he knew and everything.
Right.
She really did the work.
The regurgitated talking points. So he used Candace Owens because again, he's not very good at articulating his points.
Nope.
So he went and gave you a person who did a concise documentary. It could be skewed, it could be on the left side, but literally a lot of the things that he was trying to say, he was trying to repeat certain talking points from the documentary on Drink Champs. That's what happened.
So here's the thing, right?
think he.
So
fucked Candace.
So here's the thing that black people don't want to do. What we want to do is we want to go off clips. You know, the only thing I've ever been upset with Candace Owens about is black people need to be talked to tough. Shout out to Charleston White.
Right.
Black people need to be talked to tough. I never agree with you saying something that needs to be said to our people on their platforms.
Right.
Because what that does is it brings them out and takes the accountability away from them in regards to what they did. Everything Candace Owens has challenged black people on, everything Candace Owens has said, I never disagree with outside of the fact of you saying it with a white platform. You're saying it to white people ultimately. Now, I will say this. Where does she go? Because black people don't fuck with her. Right. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Revolt just came out with a new summit. But when I first came up on Candace Owens, when I was like, you know, I've been hearing about a lot about this lady. You know, this is the summit. Killer Mike, T.I. Let me see what she's talking about. Do you know the only person I had a problem with on that panel? T.I. ignorant ass.
Yeah. Because
look,
I said to myself,
we ain't gonna have
real quick. No, you know I love
King of the
tip.
South.
No. If you in the South, you tip. Come on. But what I'm saying is this. I'm looking at this woman, and I'm like, okay, what's the problem? And then when Killer Mike starts saying certain books that we should read, she's co-signing it. And I'm like, wait a minute, these are like minds.
Right.
So the problem is, right, and the same problem that the nation had with Malcolm is you going on these, can I say the C word? I can't say the C word for YouTube algorithm. You going on this platform and you're talking about something that should be talked to us. So what it looks like is you're being a sellout.
Right.
Candace Owens conversations need to be had, but they need to be had on black platforms.
Okay, so
I've never had a problem with Candace.
So here's the catch-22, right? Here's the catch-22 with that. Because Kanye went on a black platform. He went on a platform that he thought was his friend. He actually went on that platform to do a solid for his friend.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is we're not able to have. That's the thing. I don't want to be in a room
because those are ran by Zionists.
Right, but I don't want to be in a room full of.
That's the true word that should be said.
I don't want to be in a room full of people like-minded people. Because there is no elevation if we all think the same.
That is so true.
So my problem is with Candace Owens, it's some things that she'll say that when she says it, it'll be a talking point to diminish or to completely contradict black plight.
But understand what I just said, because we saying the same thing.
Right. But
the only reason you feel that way is because she's saying it in front of a whole bunch of white people.
Right. But my point of that is
because you would have a conversation with her.
Because that's what it's all. People got mad with Charlamagne in a conversation with her. But the thing is,
man, Charlamagne, you a fucking switch out, nigga.
Yeah, I just was finna
bitch
comment
ass
on him.
Nigga. I think you a switch out, homie.
I don't like
and this is
Charlamagne's temperature.
This is what
on that whole situation, because he's like really trying to step on Kanye.
Bro, this is what stay on code mean. When Kanye said in that interview, he say, "I lost my fucking family. The black people, my people don't like me. You know, family. We can chastise him in another manner,
right.
But we supposed to be standing by our brother when he does something like this, family. We can get on him about the George Floyd situation. We can get on him about the White Lives Matter and not have Nori, but somebody really real check him on that if that's what we want to do. But we cannot do what we doing and just leave him out there when everybody like him done got killed.
This is the thing, dog, and I'm glad you're passionate about it. First of all, I hate because Charlamagne and I said this at on my other podcast, Barbershop Talk, Conversation for the Conversation.
Shout out to the barbershop.
I love y'all.
Yo, I hate the fact because Charlamagne is a very articulate, thoughtful, smart man, right? So like, especially when I'm in this media era and the way that I maneuver doing media in Orlando, people compare me to Charlamagne because that's the only thing they have to compare it to, right? I hate when I know that you know what this man's talking about and you act like you don't know.
And that's what I don't like. When Lex says in the interview, he goes, "Oh well, just say that there's no such thing as Jewish media, and that Jewish media doesn't control them." And Kanye says, "Why? That's a lie."
Like, why say that?
And here's the thing,
But
family.
my thing, hold on. But my thing is this: why they don't want to be known that they?
Because the best way to control television is called television programming. Radio is called radio programming.
Yeah,
it's programming. The best way to program somebody is to not tell them that they're being programmed.
Bro, Meek Mill said, "I'm getting money like the Jews. Everything is kosher." Do you know that they dubbed that anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
They dubbed that anti. He
Like,
was bigging them up.
Yeah.
He was basically saying what Kanye said,
yeah.
what Kanye has been saying, which is, "I'm envious." See, listen, here's the thing, family. Nobody is mad at the Jews for having the power that they have in the entertainment business. What I have always been upset about, and there's an interview, and I remember watching this interview on the Breakfast Club when Leor Cohen came on the Breakfast Club. And he said, yeah, there was some exploitation. I mean, I have a family. How do we go from self-destruction, you're headed for self-destruction, for that kind of message being underground, and the little babies and the Dirks, and I hey, listen, for entertainment purposes, I rock with them. Mm-hmm. But the message is what I'm talking about, right? And how is that now mainstream? But guys like JID and Rhapsody and people like this, we've been telling this message. We've been telling our people, hey, family, we got to eat better. We got to talk to each other better. We got to know our history. We got to know where we from, or at least attempt to know where we from. We've been saying this, but y'all dubbed that as underground, and y'all came in and monetized hip-hop.
Hey, hold on.
We didn't monetize. Y'all came in and monetized hip-hop.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this about music, dog, because I'm glad you brought that point up. This is the thing. Yo, I have nothing against what people rap about or make music about. Right. But if you don't think that there's a mission to put out a certain message,
of course.
Every song that's mainstream shouldn't be about killing a op. Because even
no love in our music no more.
Even Ice Cube had a good day.
We had a message.
Didn't even have to use his AK.
That and
he was telling you about a
good day. I had a good day.
I had a good day, family.
I had a good day, bro.
I had a good day.
And it made it hood.
So my problem is this. Dame, even Jay, a lot of these people have been talking in code. When Dame is going at Leor Cohen, when Dame is going at Julie Greenwald and Randy Acker and all these people before they get big, what do you think he's saying without saying it?
Yeah, how y'all in control of our culture?
Yeah. How is what he said? Adam something Witz is in control of head of urban. Yeah. How are you telling black people what's cool? Yes. How are you pumping a message? Right. This is why I said if hip hop if every mainstream hip hop artist decide for 1 year to drop a positive song. For 1 year, there's nothing they can do about it. So, but this is what I want people to understand. This is a prime example of what happens when you don't own and control your own shit. Right? This is what happens. A black man came on a quote unquote black platform thinking that I'm just talking like it's just me and you. Right. And the next day, there's an apology. There is constant proverbial butt breaking going on. And what Kanye is saying is, I'm no longer going to be butt broken. I'm not going to say sorry. I don't care how I said it. I had a feeling and I said it, and you guys are not dealing with the problem. This is the problem. But what you want to do is invite me to the Holocaust Museum. I read Anne Frank. Y'all tell me how many books y'all read on slavery. Tell me how many books y'all read on Jim Crow. Tell me how many slave revolts there been. Tell me what really happened outside of hanging people.
Hey, let me.
Don't do that.
Hold on. Let me.
I hate that. That's a problem for me.
Hold on.
I don't want to get y'all a strike.
No.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me bring it home for you, man. Let me bring it home for you. Because let me tell you how serious this shit is.
It's real serious.
Let me tell you that they trying to and they passing laws and they're petitioning and they're picketing like black people to not teach critical race theory.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
They are erasing our history, bro. They are erasing our history.
You see Santos at his
Yes.
He what's his name? D Santos. You seen him at his damn?
Let me tell y'all.
His little shit the other day talking about
They
like,
don't want it.
He don't like how white people feel like. He put it like this. He want to push the Christopher Columbus thing. He want to make that.
That's crazy.
Like he want to make y'all to think that you're not on stolen land.
That's
like,
crazy.
He made like And I'm
that's
like,
crazy. And you know why? Because nobody has actually came out and held they foot to the fire. We will have these conversations on underground platforms, right? There's so many platforms that you can go on, Sonetter TV, all that. These conversations have been had for years.
But
we were scared to go underground after Malcolm died, so now everything had to be underground. And there's finally a black man saying, you know what, bruh? If I gotta lose every goddamn thing, because God anointed me, and whatever God you believe in, whatever creator you believe in, whatever, but God anointed me. I can go to Hawaii, take my music. I'm good. I can go to Hawaii and live a good life. But God anointed me to do this, and if this risks me everything, this is what liberation looked like.
But you think
Kaepernick ain't played in the NFL since he did what he did? This is what liberation looked like.
But you think Kanye is thinking like that though?
That's what he said word for word. Yeah. He said that word for word. He said, I could take my music. Mm-hmm. I can move to Hawaii and have a good life.
Yeah.
But God has anointed me to do this. So if I have to lose everything, then hey, and you gotta respect that even if you don't agree.
And let me say this, man. Let me say this, because some shit they just put it in our face and they laugh at us for not getting it.
Oh my God.
So
let
like
this man talk.
So it's important that people understand that. They want us to be stuck in slavery, but not remind you of it.
Come on, man.
So when you Mark let's not even talk about Malcolm X, because this how real the shit get. When Martin Luther King was assassinated, he had been talking about
Talk about it.
Blackity black.
Redistribution of wealth. They did not kill Martin because he wanted to have sex with your little white daughter.
When Martin got to the end of his time here, and he knew it was the end of his time here, and he said, "Hey, I feel like I've led my people into a burning building."
Come on,
because Martin became a threat when he said, "You know what? It's not just black people.
It's not.
It's all." That's when he started using words like disenfranchised, poor. Because
breadbasket campaign, redistribution of wealth. When start talking like that,
when you and
that's the Martin I rock with. And then woke up.
And then Kanye turned, and I'm not comparing the two because I know
what you're saying.
I know that people don't listen.
Yeah, I'm following you.
But he basically was saying, the J Unit runs the world.
That's what he was saying, and it's so crazy. As we see these things in front of us, man, and like I said, I know we don't know what liberation looks like. I know we don't know what unplugging from the matrix looks like. But there's things that we've been through in the last 3 years that we have lived out history in real time. We heard about a pandemic, the Spanish flu, but we lived it in real time. We saw the world change in front of our eyes in real time, right? What we're seeing in real time is someone unplugging from everything that you're mad about. And we don't got enough time to break down, but I think one of the most misunderstood things Kanye said was the whole slavery was a choice. Because number one, he didn't say slavery was a choice. He did not say that.
Yo.
One of the most understood things. But I'm going to tell you niggas something like this. Why are we still in the position we're in today? And if you feel, let me ask you a question, Rug. You feel they was ever smarter than us at any time in history?
No.
You feel they ever was stronger than us at any time in history?
No.
You ever feel they was ever more creative than us in any time in history?
Nope.
So why the hell was we in slavery from 1619 to 1865?
Don't know. That's the answers we found.
Would you think it had to be with the help of a people? If you feel they was never stronger, They was never smarter, and they was never creative. I'm going to go here with this analogy. It's 100 slaves on a plantation. 20 of us say we going to revolt. 80 ain't down. You niggas tripping, whoop the whoop the whoop.
Yeah,
what did those 80 do?
Make a choice.
What did they choose to do?
They choose to sit down and
Come
they
on,
choose
man.
to fight.
There has been hundreds of slave revolt attempts. In the South, for every slave owner, there were 7 slaves. We had the numbers,
right.
but why didn't it work out?
Hey, let me.
We don't want to go there.
Hey, hold on. Let me tell you this, because the funny thing about that statement, he said slavery is a choice, because if you go deep like that, that's exactly what he meant. But
that's exactly what he meant.
But check this out. Even better than that.
Mm-hmm.
On the surface level, because if you watch that interview, because they edited it and they cut it up and
God.
But in that exchange with Van Lathan, and Van Lathan goes, we was on slavery for this many years, and we was in Jim Crow for this many years, and then when he said that, he said that sounds like a choice to me. So he's saying, after we're on a playing field where at least the shackles aren't visible, then we can move mobily and upward. Mm-hmm. That's what he means. It's like, yo, if we still, anybody who marching for 60 years is lost. Where you going?
Where you going?
So like some stuff is like he misunderstood because you don't want to understand.
Yeah, and he's not a James Baldwin. He's not a most articulate guy in the world. Mm-hmm. But I know he said understand. Okay, I'm gonna use a woke term. But and I like this term. I've always liked this term from the moment I heard it. When you overstand, then what you're able to do is eat the fish and spit out the bones. I don't agree with everything Charleston White says.
And you not
says and do.
You not supposed
right.
You're not supposed to.
But you're
not supposed to agree with everything, though. Yo, it's a saying that it's a saying that I live by, and that I talk about on the conversations at the barbershop is question everything. So everything that you think that you believe, you be surprised at stuff that you really don't believe.
Nah, for real.
So it's not having a conversation is about building.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to disagree. I'm supposed to be like, no, I don't think I agree with that.
Because it's a building. Then I'm gonna say, okay, brother. Well, tell me why.
Yeah, like
right. Instead of, well, why you don't disagree with what I said? And we have these things, man, right? And so what I'm seeing and what I want to just tell people out there that looks at this, that's looking at this or looks at this, is look at it from another way. We can't afford to lose another martyr type person. We don't have, every time we lose someone, it takes generations to get another one. Even similar to that one, right? Like, from an outspoken standpoint, when I first seen Kanye, you know who he reminded me of? Just from an outspoken standpoint, just in regards to just not being afraid to say what was on his mind.
Don't say. Come on, man.
He reminded me of Tupac.
All right, man. So look, this is
no. Because you just said Martin, so don't do that, right? But I don't mean in any other sense.
No. But
I just don't mean like, I have not heard a black man talk like that since this guy. That's all it was for me.
Hey, let's do an exercise real quick, right? On the count of 3, right? We're gonna look out here. Look out here. Tom. Okay, lights went out. Okay, so let's just look straight ahead. On the count of 3, you just gonna say the first thing you notice. Whatever it is, just say whatever the first thing you notice.
Okay.
We're gonna look straight ahead.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. The lime green, whatever that is. Rug.
I don't know.
So the point of that is
I'm following you.
We're looking at the same exact area, and we all see something different.
Yeah,
perfect example, that movie Vantage Point, right?
Yeah, man.
One thing happened, but it happened in 7 different perspectives. So what we and going back to the George Floyd thing, like I said, I won't agree. I believe what I believe, but what I will say is this, and I'm open-minded enough to say this when he says, if a martyr like JFK can have different perspectives on how he died, why can a martyr, and he used these words,
right?
Why can a martyr, and I don't believe in that word either,
right,
but why can a martyr like George Floyd have different perspectives on how he died? So if I'm going to put my conspiracy hat on real quick, right? Did you see how black people was acting?
Yeah.
Lost it.
Can you imagine if the coroner came back and said, sorry y'all, this nigga died from fentanyl?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No,
Could you imagine
and
what would have happened?
and
They would have told the world up.
Come on now.
they would
And they tore up some shit.
And they tore up some shit.
They would have said it's a conspiracy. But it's little.
Can you imagine what would have happened? What I'm saying is the duress that we were in as a people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And again, this is my conspiracy hat.
Right.
Can you imagine if they come back and say, "Hey, family, I know we saw what we saw, but the report says that this what
right.
Man, they again because how we were acting. I know our people, nothing would have happened.
Right.
But how we were acting,
right.
Man, they thought it was a revolution that was probably gonna start. Right. So with the conspiracy hat on, when you look at it from that angle, who's to say?
Right.
So again, I don't agree with the statement. I think it was what I saw. But at the same time, I'm able to overstand and say, well, shit, we look at a lot of things from a different angle.
Right.
9/11 got 11 different conspiracies to it.
And I don't want to harp on the George Floyd thing because my disclaimer of the George Floyd thing is he had his knee on this guy's neck for 9 minutes.
I totally agree.
Right. What I will say
totally
to
agree.
that as well though, in addition to that, it's very important that because I'm sitting back watching it. I knew that the media was putting a spin, and I knew why. But I was complicit in it for one reason, because finally we could be like, all right, well at least they arrested this cop. Yeah. But that's a part of the gas too, because we start to believe. See, like this is it's a simple question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a correction officer and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a prisoner,
Mm-hmm.
but neither one of us can leave ever. Which one of us is the prisoner?
That's a real thing.
So I know I see the game.
Yeah.
So
that's so real.
So when so
that's something to think about, ain't it?
No, it is.
When Kanye's throwing out these variables that the media has spun and they knew they were spinning it at the time. Mm-hmm. Like so when he's during that process he's saying, man, George Floyd is saying, man, I took too many drugs. But he's saying it in just like, damn, I'm spent, I'm gassed, and if I wasn't on drugs, I probably would be better.
Yeah. Right.
And also, he's also saying, "Mama," and the media is saying, "Oh, he calling for his mom dead."
But what do we call our woman?
But the truth is, his girl he was calling mama.
But what do we call our mama? What did Tyrese say in the beginning of the Baby Boy? What do we call our woman?
Girl,
mama.
We call her mama.
Right.
Hey,
so,
mama.
So
what's up, mama?
So with all that being said, and I had a disclaimer at the very beginning that police killed that man. He contributed more to that man's death than anything else.
I agree.
So that's a dead moot point.
Yeah.
The point that he was making is the media spent that for a reason.
Yes.
When has the media ever cared about our pain, suffering,
they making
and death?
They making it like that. He got high before that shit happened. That's why it happened.
Right. Yeah, it's like
you know what I mean.
Like,
Like so fucking what he had something in his system. He probably got fucked up a couple days.
Right. So
you know what I mean.
The whole point is
true.
It was a lot of variables in place, but they removed all other variables for so that we can fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Fight each other. And that's what I want y'all to understand out here, bro. It's the classic play, and it's right in front of our eyes, and it saddens me because we don't see it. We could listen, man. We could chastise our brother about some of the shit that y'all don't agree with, right? We could do that, but what we need to do when they on his ass is we need to say, no, that's our brother, right? What they say, I don't give a damn. I can hit my brother. I can hit but you can't hit my brother.
Yeah,
I can cuss my brother out. I can say he this, that, and the third, but you can't do that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it was back in the day.
And we also got to understand a deeper aspect as well of his relationship with our people throughout his life. Y'all know what y'all do to nerdy black boys.
Right.
Y'all know what y'all do to geeky black boys. Y'all know what y'all do to black girls that talk proper. Y'all say, oh, that's white girl whoop-de-whoop. Y'all know what y'all do.
Right.
Let's not act like this relationship wasn't cultivated in regards to what it is. Everybody know what Kanye in regards to just trying to fight for that connection for their people.
Right.
So they go date a white girl because don't no black girl want them. Because he too nerdy.
Hey,
he too much of a square.
Hey,
like, let's stop acting like we don't push our people away when it's not no nigga shit.
Hey, Twan. I'm gonna let you get the final word. I'm gonna let Rugg speak his piece. I'm gonna put a bow on it before we do that. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's the most interaction we had on the YouTube. YouTube is a grind.
Shout out to YouTube.
Subscribe if you still watching. Hit the subscribe, like, share. If you seen a little piece of it, share it with your people and y'all discuss it. That's for one. But
no, getting on the boat was not a choice, Phil.
Okay.
Getting on the boat was not a choice.
I'm gonna let you bow it, but let me say this though. The reason why this discussion is important, the reason why it's passionate, and normally we joke and we having a good time and we all over the place, but we all sober and we having a coherent conversation because it's important. And let me say this very clear so that everybody understand. You do not have to agree with anybody.
Never.
But it's important that you don't allow them to take our freedom to speak. Yeah. And it's very important that you are able to hear a difference of opinion and disagree.
In context.
And that's what we need to be fighting about.
Right.
That's what we need to be fighting about. It's the fact that his freedom of speech is being violated.
Right. And so because
he didn't do shit, he didn't kill nobody.
Like
he ain't fuck no kids.
He
didn't do nothing.
Didn't say the Jews need to be back in the Holocaust. Didn't say nothing like that.
None of these things. He merely stated something about how the world works that is 100% factual that you can literally go look up.
Yes.
And literally you could go look up. So my point before we wrap it up is that protect our freedom of speech. Disagree. Don't be emotional about not agreeing. Just say, yo, I don't agree with what Kanye's doing. I love his music, or even say I don't want to listen to the music.
Yeah. Crack ain't use no hypnosis.
But so it's okay for you to feel away or say anything, but that's your business, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yo, this pod, like every other, is brought to you by Boston Creations. Go to Boston Creations.com. It's Boston-Creations.com.
And he needs the money.
Go. You got a baby on the way.
He got a baby on the way.
Shout out to Nascent Organics as well. Go to NascentOrganics.com and check it out and get some. I buy soap and stuff from him all the time. I just bought a batch. Yo, shout out to OGCMOS.co.
You're supposed to bring me some CMOS.
I forgot. I'm going to get you some CMOS. I forgot, man. I be so busy right now.
Found out how to use it, because that's what
Yo, I still know how to use it, but I still ain't get to bring it down. I've been super busy. Okay. But one day I'm just gonna surprise you when I get my glasses. My eyes is going back, but when I get my glasses, I'm gonna be real intellectual.
You need glasses?
Yeah. I'm yeah, man. My eyes been fucked up, man.
No, man. Let's talk about this. You need glasses?
No, listen. We'll talk about it later, man. I don't want no trouble with you. Hey, hey, so shout out to everybody who's anybody. If you aspire to be anything to you, is somebody. Yes. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe and I gotta show you. I gotta see if we can get you monetized on Facebook, man.
You gotta show me.
We gotta get all these checks, man. But I'm gonna let Rugg say his piece, and then I'm gonna let Twan rap it. Try to keep it within 3 minutes, Twan. Because we do have to be.
I'm practicing.
Twan want to get up in that bitch and look.
I'm coming people. Back. Like that Kanye done pulled me outside again.
Twan think we had a goddamn
Black Panther
luncheon.
He done pulled me outside again.
Hey, shout out to DJ DK.
One
of the hottest DJs in Orlando, in the city. Shout out to
Phil for real.
Shout out to Flo, my dark skinned brother. Shout out to just everybody.
Nuts on the track.
Everybody who tapped in tonight. Share this live. And I don't care if you like. This is the best. This is the conversation about disagreeing or agreeing, or just being like I don't care, but have a conversation without being emotional, especially when it's something as important as just saying what you think, because that's going deters people to not think, and that's why we here where we at. But bro, what you got going on?
Shit, man. Actually, you know what? City Beautiful movie out right now.
Prime Video.
Make sure
$2.99.
Y'all get up on that bitch. Y'all can rent it or y'all can buy it, do whatever. But make sure y'all go watch that motherfucker, man.
Co-starring D-rugg.
$2.99.
Yeah, $2.99.
That's practically free.
Yeah. City Beautiful is out right now, man. Shout out to goddamn Deuce. You know what I'm saying? My dog Deuce in that motherfucker doing his thing. My nigga Blunt. You know what I mean?
My nigga, motherfucking
Jay Cook, you know what I'm saying? My
Streets, man. Shout out to my
Streets
nigga
in
Streets,
that motherfucker.
Eastside.
You know what I'm saying? Got man. Just shout out to everybody who was involved with that movie, man. It is out right now on Amazon Prime. You can rent it or you can buy it. Just dropped the other day. But make sure y'all go get that. Y'all gonna hear my song in that bitch like 80 times, and then I got a little scene or two in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But make sure y'all go get that. Also, what else we got coming up, man? Album on the way.
Yes, sir.
I can tell y'all this though. Everybody keep asking me about the album. All I'm gonna do is tell y'all this. This single will be out within the next couple of weeks.
And I'm hosting a release party.
Yeah,
me and
definitely.
Me and Black gonna do rock paper scissors shoot on it.
No, y'all both could do it.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be like one of them sit down, talk to the crowd. Type like.
Yeah, I definitely want.
Come on, man. This the first album I did in 8 years. So.
I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, and I really put my nuts in this one. So.
Final thought, 20. Final thought.
All I'm gonna say is this: Black people, hey man, we gotta love each other regardless. We can chastise each other in private, but we support each other in public. I'm not saying it's things that you should disagree with this man with, but we should be riding with our brother. This is a lesson for us to learn that we need to own and control everything that we do. Everything that we do, we need to own and control it, and we need to love each other unconditionally. And unconditionally means even when you do some bullshit, even when you say something I don't disagree with, I love you. Because guess what? We have a real enemy. And when that enemy come, they need to know that, hey, we can't mess with that brother because he got some people that love him. Lastly, catch us this Thursday at Novelty. Free Yourself open mic. We are there every second and fourth Thursday. Shout out to Simba. Shout out to my player partner. We developing a great chemistry, DJ Levy. We will see y'all Thursday, man. And once again, I always like to thank my brothers for allowing me to come up and share their platform with me, man. Inspiration, motivation, all that. Friendly competition, all that stuff, man.
Ain't no competition. We better than you and everybody else. It's like that.
Above all, these are my brothers, man.
We go.
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, let me ask a quick question. The Free Yourself, like, what is it? Like poetry?
Poetry, hip hop, singing. The women, the women singers have been holding it down out there.
So can I come in? I want to perform that dick.
You can come and perform that dick.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah,
come
I gotta.
On in, man.
Yeah, I'm about to start making my rounds at everybody's shit.
Yeah.
So y'all get ready for it. I'm just
get press runs. You know.
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm about to do my rounds, man, and like really like come and perform and do my thing. But
there you go, man.
If y'all got that type of
follow
crowd,
me
man.
on The Real Just Black on Instagram, on Twitter, Jeremy Davis or Just Black.
Shout out to my brother for
on Facebook,
YouTube monetizing.
The Arrogant Asshole Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Just follow us wherever you can follow us, man, and tap into us, man. And like that, we go.
Raymond don't give a rap but about no hood. Hell, he run me off the set. Wait a minute. He what? Yeah, he run Rico off the set. And dig this. I've been on Hoover Do set for